Youth for Canoe was the organization that
the French national, introduced to the chamber as an expert in socio-political matters, painted the picture of the Kenyan political landscape to the trial chamber. But after listening to his testimony, the defense teams thought the evidence deduced by this expert witness could not stand the test of time.
And you may recall almost the opening words of this expert's testimony when he said, "This report is not my view of the violence, but the view of others."
We know from this witness himself that his expertise in relation to the Kalenjin culture and the Kalenjin customs is only based on what other people have said about it. He has no personal information about it. It's what he said himself.
The defense counsels opposed the prosecution's move to have a report authored by Mr. Mopo admitted as part of the evidence because they believe he relied heavily on the opinion of other authors.
That this is not an expert who's done any primary research even to rely upon. So there's no facts that he attests to in the course of this report that are primary, not even secondary. What one has here, in effect, from time to time, and this is our concern, is a tertiary hearsay of complaints made, perhaps to tribunals, to NGOs.
So not only do we have a report that relies on hearsay to the fourth degree sometimes, because it's opinion based on anonymous witnesses or other opinions based on anonymous witnesses that cannot be tested.
But it's obvious that the expert report, the witness had more time to explain his answers and explain exactly why he arrived at certain conclusions.
While the prosecution regards Mopo's report as an important piece of evidence, the defense teams find it prejudicial.
There are facts that may be relied upon by the expert, as we explored this morning, that are untrue. They cannot be viewed as facts in the case at all.
An expert report is the witness's account or explanation of his conclusions in depth, and I don't see why we would deprive a chamber of professional judges of that information. The defense had ample opportunity to cross-examine on all of the elements that are in the expert report. They chose to concentrate on certain elements.
What I submit is that I can think of no case that's ever come before a court in my jurisdiction where this kind of report, this kind of evidence is given, of this kind of generality.
After listening to the arguments from both sides, the three judges made their decision.
The chamber will admit the report.
Sylvia Chebet, Citizen Business Center.